What is up, everybody? It is Blind Metal Gamer in the building once again, along with my guest, Common the Crusher. What is up, Common?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Gamer, how are you?
I'm good, man. And tonight we have a special topic just for you guys. As you all know, I've been doing these discussion streams for a bit now, and I wanted to do something a bit special. As you know, Common, they're already talking about the speculation of the PS6.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too on TikTok a lot and everywhere else.
Yep, yep, PS6. And what we want to talk about tonight is Common. Do you want to tell them or do you want me to do the honors?
Well, what we're talking about tonight is some of the ways that could make the PS6, the next console, more better for people with low vision disabilities, basically. Like, what can they
Yes,
do
we're
with this next console to improve on the accessibility features? What more could they add in? What more could they improve
yes,
improve on?
yes, we're going to talk about the accessibility of the PS6. What could be now? I want to make one thing clear to everybody in the chat who's watching live or who's going to watch on demand. This is all speculation. This has not been confirmed. We don't
Right.
even know if they're going to call it PS6.
True. We don't know that yet. We won't find out until probably about 2 weeks
Right?
or
We don't
a year or
know. We
two.
don't know yet.
And honestly, we don't even know the release date of the PS6. It's still speculation on that too, everybody.
Right? We don't know yet. So basically, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk about what could be as far as accessibility. I think we should kick it off, Common, by talking about what's already in the PS5
Okay. Well, how about you do that because you have a PS5?
menu and turn that bad boy on, and you're good to go. It will read everything. The PlayStation Store, your both of your gaming media hub. The screen reader will also read what game information. It'll read your trophy information. It'll read if apps that support it like Netflix, YouTube, Peacock. Um, will also be read. It'll also read your messages to you and read what you type. Pretty extensive, huh?
Yep. That's very helpful for people
Now,
with.
again, the
Yeah.
reason why I wanted to start off with this is because the PS4, for those of you who don't know, had text to speech. It had a TTS thing. What would read your cross media bar, your web browser, and things.
Yep. Oh,
Now,
yep.
but it wasn't as good as this. Now, again, there are, and again, for PS5, this is good, but for PS6, we want great. So I would say for PS6, they need to improve the screen reader. Wouldn't
And
you agree?
yeah, and I would say they need to keep that the font size, the font size too as well,
Yes.
because I just noticed that in my PS4. When I was
Yes.
messing around, like let me mess around with my accessibility. Let me mess with this. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, font size. I'm like, ding. I'm like, oh shoot, I should have used this years ago.
Oh yeah. Fonts keep that, keep the font size, improve the screen reader, make it where it
Mm,
won't just say image, image, image. Make it where it might describe the image and read what's next to you. Make
mm-hmm.
it do that. Um,
Oh, what else? What's the thing with the six accessibilities?
hey viewers, what's up? What is up? Welcome to tonight's discussion. So, okay, so screen reader improvements. Can think of another improvement for the screen reader for the PS6.
Okay.
Okay, you know how when you get a game, right?
Yeah.
And I know this would take a game developer to code, each developer to code for this, but I think every game on the PS6 should be fully screen reader supported.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now I get, navigational assist and descriptive audio.
Yeah.
Those are two totally different beasts. But we're talking about PS6, you know, screen readers. So my thought is not only improve the in console screen reader, but extend that screen reader use to developers. Give
Hmm.
all game developers for Sony that screen reader so they can make their game fully screen reader supported.
Yeah. I think a lot of the big what they call the AAA game makers, and even the
The
other
indie
developers,
ones.
indie ones should have that too.
Yep. All developers, AAA, AA, all of them.
Oh,
From the big ones to the small ones. Because there's no reason, like, but with me, I know, Common, you've known about my vision journey.
yeah.
But for those of you who don't, I had a pretty significant change in my vision over a year ago. It'll be 2 years this October. And this change in my vision, it totally cut out a lot of the games I was able to play. Now, had these games had screen reader functionality, I could have had a shot. My thought process with the screen reader improvements for the PS6 would be make the console more accessible, but also reach out to the game developers to make the game more accessible.
Hmm.
All
That,
right, Tom. All right.
that's why I salute Night Dog and what they do for people with disabilities, especially people with low vision and
Oh
disability.
yeah.
I
Oh
just
yeah.
I just watched a documentary. A matter of fact, when it was making the Last of Us, and they had
Yep.
people
I
with
saw that
disabilities,
too.
and I said,
Hmm.
"Oh wow, Night Dog, I really give y'all props."
Oh yeah. And shout out to the late great Super Blind for his work too. Because and it took a whole team of people, but I wanted to shout out Super Blind Man because he deserved it.
Hmm.
He deserves it. But okay. So what other accessibility? Okay, we've talked about screen reader. What accessibility feature would you bring to the table for PS6 to make it more accessible?
Mm. Well, oh, that's a good question. I know we talked about font size, screen readers.
Mhm.
What about what if they did like what if they did like something in maybe like something in I don't know if they do something in braille. I don't know if they do something like that.
That might take other devices to read the
Yeah,
Braille display.
yeah.
But
I
that would be cool if they did something like if you had like a Braille display thing, you could hook it up to the PlayStation, it would read what's on the screen. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
That would be cool.
yeah. I was just off top of my head. Is there any
Oh
more
yeah.
things you can think of?
As far as the Braille display,
Yeah,
uh, not really, because I'm not a Braille user.
yeah.
But I do know of one option that might work as far as screen reader if they wanted to source that screen reader out to a third party.
Okay,
JAWS.
okay. Now explain to me what that is.
JAWS is job access with speech. It's basically a screen reader that uses a virtual cursor. So what I'm wondering is if they were to get Freedom Scientific, they being Sony, were
Mm-hmm,
to go to Freedom Scientific and say, "Hey, we're working on blah 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 console. Um, help us with the screen reader."
mm-hmm.
They could maybe use a version of JAWS for the PS6.
Oh, okay,
And I
okay.
can tell you from use with JAWS, from my experience, JAWS is badass. Oh, it does a lot. I mean, so and what I'm thinking is that would make it easier for developers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Again, give the screen to all developers. Because that's a key.
Yeah.
And then another accessibility feature I'm thinking of, again, we've talked about font size. What about background opacity?
Mm.
Let's say right now on the PS5, it'll display like a background of the game, right?
Yup.
Well, let's say you can't read that, okay, because of the background.
Yeah.
You should have the option to change the background opacity to all black. And then this is going to lead into my next point, changing of the color of the font.
Oh, okay. I got you now.
Yes.
Now.
So basically, we would have font size,
Yup.
background opacity, font
Mm-hmm.
type,
Yup.
and then the text color. And it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be just presets, it would be any color you wanted it to be. And the same thing with the background. If you wanted it to be white with black text, you could have it. If you wanted it to be black with white text or
Text.
gold text or green text or
Boom.
whatever, you
Boom.
would have it. Yep. And that would help colorblind users.
Yup.
Um, then, okay, what's another thing you could think of?
Mm. Okay. Dang, not anything off the top of my head at this.
Okay, I've got another idea.
Okay.
So we've talked about screen reader support.
Yup.
We've talked about. Oh, and by the way, the screen reader, if they did use a version of JAWS from Freedom Scientific, the user should not have to pay for this. It should come with the PlayStation out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, I'm guessing that they coded their own screen reader for the PS5.
Yeah.
If they do that, now here's something I thought of. If they went to Freedom Scientific, it might jack up the price. But if they coded that screen reader themselves,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, give the developers every single studio that is going to work on a PlayStation 6 game that screen reader code so they can code their game to be screen reader accessible. And make it as advanced as Spider-Man 2's.
Mm-hmm.
That screen reader's the bomb, man.
Well, okay. Let me ask you, what has your experience been like with with it on the PS5? What has your experience been like?
With the screen reader, I like
Yeah.
it, but there's more they could do with it. There's more. I mean, it's good that it reads me the game info, the price, the rating, etc. But I'll get into certain sections of the sort of just say image, image, image.
Mm.
What is the image? You know?
Yeah. You would like for it to be described.
Yeah, maybe what Sony could do is have alt text to describe these images.
Mm-hmm.
And then what the daggone game is that it's promoting. Um, so that's another thing they could do, improve that.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what else. Um, they could, as far as the screen reader, like I said, make it accessible to all developers, make it fully functioning out of the box. None of this having to wait several years for the screen reader to be improved. Shout out to Illegally Cited for that one.
I mean, oh, plus, if there's anybody that even want to jump in the chat, like maybe now or later, if they got suggestions, they could put suggestions in too as
Let me
well.
look at my options here.
Maybe
Let's see what we got.
they'll probably see this later, and maybe they might want to leave suggestions in the comment section, like later.
Here we go. Hey viewers, what is up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So okay, we've talked about the screen reader, font size, font color, background. I thought of another option, and you might not have thought about this here, Common.
Mm-hmm.
What about certain audio cues, like different audio cues for different things?
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
Like when you're typing on the keyboard, to have it sound like an actual key, click, 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 click,
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like when you're selecting through your menus, it would read your stuff to you, and
Yeah.
then have a different audio cue for when you select it. Which they've
Yeah.
already got that,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe they could expand on it.
Yeah. Make it a lot better than what it is on the previous console.
Exactly. And then let's see. We've talked about they're going to have magnification.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Then let's see what else could they do. Now again, and what we're doing, we're speculating. So let's say in a hypothetical, they did partner with Freedom Scientific for the speech,
Mm-hmm.
for the screen reader. So let's say Freedom Scientific helped them build their screen reader. It would be
Mm-hmm.
cool if they helped them with magnification as well, because they do magnification software and speech.
Gotcha.
And this would be something the consumer would not have to pay for a license for. It would be out of the box with the system, because it would be baked into it.
Yep.
And then let's see. I know we're talking about accessibility, but I did think of something. All right? What's something you thought of?
Um. Dang, I was thinking about something earlier, but nah, I just forgot what it was.
Oh
It
shoot!
was
All right,
before we got on.
all right. I'll
Yeah,
we can
but
go
it's all
back to
right.
that. All right, when you remember it, we can get you in there. Something else I thought of. It's not really a feature for accessibility, but something that I think that would leverage the screen reader piece. A built-in web browser.
Mm,
There's only one danger I see to a built-in web browser.
mm,
Certain, I'll just call them
yeah.
sites. Yeah,
Anyway,
certain sites that might want to be looked up on said console,
yeah, yeah. That's got
which
to
we will not be addressing
be
here.
eliminated.
Mm-hmm. Deleted.
Yep. Delete, delete, delete.
Delete them sites. And
That's
you
my
know the
bad.
ones that we're talking about.
Yeah. For a certain.
So, okay. Now, how could that improve accessibility? Well, let's say you're playing a game, right? And you want to look up what to do. You go to the web thing, you punch it in, boom, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing with this accessibility with the screen reader, if they were to add full on backwards compatibility for PS1 through 5
Mm,
through emulation,
mm-hmm.
extend that screen reader to all that too.
Yep.
I mean, think about it. That would open up the door for Binding Lovers of Players to experience
Mm-hmm.
a myriad of classics.
Yeah.
Now granted, that might be a coding nightmare. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That would definitely be a
That might
that would
be
definitely be a
it would be a nightmare as
hassle.
far as coding. I'm pretty sure because
Yeah.
they would
Definitely.
have to go back in and code the screen reader in and make sure it works.
Yeah.
Because they can't just flip a switch; they would have to code it in for everything.
Yeah.
But
And
if
and
they were to, as we said,
that'll probably take quite a while too.
yeah,
I'm
so
thinking.
they may not be able to get it for everything. But if they could at least get it for the PS6 stuff and maybe the majority of the PS5 stuff,
Mm-hmm.
that would be all. That would be a win in my book. Now, did you think of that other thing you were thinking of?
No, not at the moment.
I thought of something related to the controller. So, okay, we're going to go from the console to the controller. You know, the PS5 controllers are a lot like the PS DualShock controllers
Mm-hmm. Yep.
with the trigger buttons on the back and the bumpers on the front.
Yeah, I've heard the PS5 controller real recently from my nephew. So now I know what they're like.
You know what I'm thinking for the PS6, what they could do for accessibility?
What's that?
Tactile face buttons and tactile shoulder buttons.
Oh,
You've already got it with that. You know the PS button on the PS5 controller, you can feel the PS logo?
yep. Mm-hmm.
They should do that with the face buttons and the shoulder buttons to let you know which button you're pushing.
Okay. Yep. I see what you're talking about now.
And they could do something similar for the create and the options buttons.
Mm-hmm. So when you push the button, it'll say
Yeah,
it like,
you would know which button you're pushing basically
yep. Mm-hmm.
because you could feel the shape of what
Yep.
it is,
Yeah, you can feel that shape. You
or
know,
the
or the
triangle, or the R1, or the L1, or
right.
you know what I mean.
Yep.
Then now I like how the buttons, like the shoulder buttons, are shaped different. That's a good tactile start. But if they had like R1, R2, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
engraved in a raised tactile format where people could feel it, that would be awesome.
Yep.
Okay, now what do you, as far as the touchpad, what would you do to make that more accessible for gamers without sight for the PS6?
So I mean, I'll probably just keep that same feature you just said, and also include that on touchpad.
Include what on the touchpad?
The same feature you just put on there, just also put on a touchpad. But
Oh, the tactile thing. Yeah, that would
yeah,
be a good
that on
idea
a
too. To
touchpad. Just
make it tactile, make it a tactile surface.
yeah,
I mean,
because you're gonna need it on that too, though.
yep, yep. Because like what it could do if they did raised lines, they could do like, let's say you're on a watery surface, right?
Yep.
You could push it on that touchpad and feel like the water wave, or you could feel the land. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Another thing I'm thinking of, and this is a controller layout feature, swap the layout of the stick and the D-pad.
We mean like just put them in like
Put the
different sections
D-pad
of
where the put the
of
left.
the controller.
Yeah, take inspiration from Xbox. Put
That
the
oh yeah.
D-pad
Okay.
and make it an actual D-pad, not this up arrow, down arrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make it an actual pad where you can do smooth circle motions, smooth quarter
Mm-hmm.
circles, smooth
Yep.
half circles,
Mm-hmm.
and then the sticks should be the way they are now. They're good. You know,
Yeah.
maybe include the convex and concave to give people options for the
Yeah. I
controller.
yeah. I
So
will give.
basically, yeah. What do you think?
That's a good idea. I will give Xbox credit for that because that was a genius move from them.
Yes, it was, and
I
I
will
think
give
Sony
them
needs
that.
to. Yeah, and I wish Sony would steal it. I really do. I wish they would straight up steal that idea.
Yeah, but Sony just wants to be their own.
They're doing their own beast. Yeah.
Yep. Um, I don't know any more things I could really think of.
All right. I thought of something with the controller. We've already talked about tactile, with the buttons. Maybe tactile for the pad as well. That way, if they do choose to stick to the classic PlayStation design,
Yeah,
have tactile markers for the pad as well. Or if they would actually use the actual D-pad design and give it an actual D-pad
yeah.
tactile for that as well.
Mm,
Now, as far as the controller, as far as like the layout, the only thing that I would say needs to be swapped with the stick and the pad
yeah.
for comfort.
Hmm.
Um, so let's see. We've talked about controller. We've talked about the
Well,
screen reader.
mm,
We talked about font, opacity, and colors for the font, and alt text for image descriptions. I think we may have covered everything. What do you think?
yeah, I think we may have.
I think we have
Yeah,
because we don't know what they're going to do. We're just speculating.
yeah, all speculations.
And since this is an accessibility focused video stream, we're not talking about features for the PS6. Hey, Common, maybe we could do a talk on that at some point.
Yep. Have
I
you ever
think,
thought about another another host with it? Me, like it'd be me, you, and maybe
well,
just.
Go Live Together
Oh,
only allows for one other guest.
oh, okay, gotcha,
Yeah, we would have to use StreamYard for that.
gotcha.
We would have to StreamYard it, but we could do it if you want, you know.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think we've covered all our content for the evening.
Yep. And as I say, if there's anybody else that can even think of other things, then if they want to, they can just put in the comment section after this video goes up.
Yes, when this video goes up and it's out for everybody to watch, if you have any ideas for PS6 accessibility, if it's even a PS6, feel free to talk about it in the comments. Let's have a conversation.
Yep.
And if Sony,
And also, we don't know if it's going to be called PS6. It could be called some other name. We don't know. Nobody knows yet.
yeah, we don't know yet. We're just calling it that for speculation.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about this in the comment section. And Sony, if you're listening, feel free to use this video as inspiration to improve the accessibility of your next gen console. And this could even be used for, I've heard rumors they're making a handheld. So yeah, you could use this to improve the accessibility of your handheld system too,
Mm-hmm.
if that's true. You know?
Yep. Just have to wait and see.
Yep. So, Common Crusher, you got anything you want to say before we sign off?
And man, it's as always, it's been fun, a pleasure doing this with you, man.
You too. And as always, you're always welcome.
I truly appreciate it, man.
Cool, cool. All right. So with that being said, for Common the Crusher, I've been your host, Blind Metal Gamer. As always, leave your comments in the comment section below and we can talk about PS6 accessibility, how it can be improved for players without sight, or any other accessibility feature. So with that being said, until next time, I want to let everyone know the next game stream will be the demo for Dynasty Warriors Origin, and then Mortal Kombat 1 Combat League returns. You want to know what I'm going to be doing when I do Combat League next there, Crusher?
What you gonna be doing about? What you gonna be doing?
Crossplay will be enabled. That means Xbox players and PC players,
Yep.
yeah, it's on.
Yep.
Now there's a twist. There's a twist. Shout out to Hope Case Unwinder for this. And to Kyra Super Saiyan. Okay, I've got these kick-ass jelly beans, right? You saw me try them out in Bacon More Fun episode 7. Um, Now the catch is this. Let's say I lose an entire set in Combat League, right? Guess what I have to do?
Somebody has to eat one.
Yes, sirree. And these are habanero infused jelly beans.
Oh my lord.
Yep, they're sweet on the outside,
Ooh.
but they pack the heat on the inside, baby.
Ooh. Ooh. I didn't
So
think that.
that's what
I
it's
didn't
gonna
think that.
be when I do Combat League.
Wow. I didn't think that.
It'll
I didn't
be
think they must made those up with jelly beans. I didn't know
yep, they're called kick-ass jelly beans.
that. Yeah,
And they
yeah.
got ghost
That's
peppered
what
ones
you
as
said.
well. And no, I don't got the ghost pepper ones. Oh God.
Oh Lord.
That might make me scream things on the stream that I might not want to say in this one.
Yeah, I bet it would.
Yeah, talk about rage to the little cheap jerk, you know. Yeah, they would beat me just to have to watch me eat a damn jelly bean. Shit.
Well, I will say just make sure you have something some kind of refreshments with you, man, on Saturday for that,
Yeah, I would
because
need some refer. Hmm.
you gonna need a lot of it.
No,
You're gonna need a lot.
no, I would not. Good God. But okay, that's the plan. For Combat League, it'll be the Ghost or the Kick Ass Jelly Bean Challenge for MK1 Combat League. I don't know if I want to do this before Conan drops or after Conan drops. I might do one before and one after.
Not a bad
So,
idea.
so yeah. But anyway, okay. For Common the Crusher, I've been your host, Blind Metal Gamer, saying, as always, let's have a conversation in the comment section below about the potential accessibility for PS6, and let's just discuss what this could be, and let's have a good time as always. So until next time, so long everyone, and peace out.
Peace out.